everyone to Silverstone Circuit for the opening round of the 2025 Formula One World Championship. Weather screen appears. 24 degrees Celsius, light cloud, dry. Conditions are looking fantastic. For racing today, 24 degrees, dry. Commentator. Silverstone's 5.8-kilometer layout remains one of the ultimate tests in Formula One. 18 corners, 2 DRS zones, and some of the fastest sequences anywhere in motorsport. And now, let's take a look at the starting grid for the 2025 Qatar Airways British Grand Prix. Andrea Kimi Antonelli. First, Max Verstappen. Second, Charles Leclerc. Third, George Russell. Fourth row, Lewis Hamilton. Fifth, Lando Norris. Oscar Piastri. Seventh, Yuki Tsunoda. Isaac Hadjar. Ninth, Carlos Sainz. Liam Lawson. 11th, Alexander Albon. Lance Stroll. 13th, Fernando Alonso. Franco Colapinto. 15th, Pierre Gasly. Gabriel Bortoleto. 17th, Esteban Ocon. Oliver Behrman. 19th, Nico Hülkenberg. 20th. So that's your full grid. 20 cars, the lights are coming on soon, and we are almost ready for the start of the 2025 British Grand Prix.
Let's get underway right now for the race, and here we go for the British Grand Prix begins here in Silverstone. As now all the drivers are all chasing each other. Lewis Hamilton's currently in 9th position at the moment. At the moment we have seen here a little bit of a difference here with Gasly now moving positions, of course, in the racing track. And now moved up to Larson there, moved up to 14th, up to 13th now in the race. Now dropped down to 14th now. Alonso now up to 12th position in the racing grid. And you can see him now in that track. Really chase on here on Stroll. And also Hadjar's in 10th position. Now Stroll now is in 11th position now of the race, trying to turn around the corner now of the track here. And meanwhile here it looks like that Stroll and Alonso are both, of course, are in the same team, and they both obviously don't want to hit each other at all. And now goes to Hadjar now in 10th position now, really getting having Stroll chased him now, and he looks like he might overtake him. Looks like the podium also, and now looks like Oscar Piastri right here now. Piastri is now in 9th position as Lewis Hamilton's down at 8th, by the way. As Hamilton's a real proper F1 driver, and he's in 8th position at the moment currently in the race. And now driving through here now, here's and now Piastri now, Oscar Piastri in 9th position. Lewis Hamilton now in 8th. Hamilton's really holding on in 8th position now in the racing grid. And now obviously trying to move up here to Sainz, who's currently in 7th position, but Hamilton's obviously a little bit further away from Sainz at the moment in the racing track. And now Sainz now really chasing here on the Japanese Red Bull driver in 7th position. And now it looks like now the first lap's been completed, by the way. The first lap has been completed. And now it looks like that Sainz now, and now Tsunoda is now in 6th position. And now Tsunoda now in 6th, representing Red Bull. We also got here as Norris as well in 5th position, Lando Norris. And now he's chasing up here on Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen, however, is in 4th position, the Dutch driver. But looks like Lando Norris, the British driver, hopefully can go win the Grand Prix, of course, representing his country, Britain, or maybe Lewis Hamilton, but I don't think they both will do at the moment as we speak, unless George Russell, representing Mercedes, is currently in 3rd position at the moment in the racing track. And now Max Verstappen in 4th position now in the racing track here, really pushing through here in this Formula One track, up there to 4th position as we speak. 4th position as we speak. And now we've got here now, we have Verstappen now, still in 4th position in the race. Now turning through here, turning again here in the other corner here now. Now Max Verstappen holding through, trying to go and chase up on George Russell here now for representing Mercedes in this race. Trying to overtake him here, it looks like here. And George Russell overtakes Charles Leclerc in 2nd position. And the two Mercedes are really ruling the racing track here in Silverstone. And now Atani right there in 3rd position. Nothing's really been changed for him as Antonelli right here in 1st position. Nothing's really changed for him. And now we're going to the 3rd lap of the race here in the Formula 1 track, by the way. We're in the 3rd lap, and now Charles Leclerc's in 3rd position as we speak, and they turn around the tracks here in the racing track here now, really pushing through. Now looks like Leclerc here, really hold on here in 6th position, turn around the track here in the bends, dodgy bends, and now looks like Leclerc really want to be in that podium by the end of the race, and he holds on in 3rd position. George Russell and also Agnelli right here are both ruling the track, by the way, representing Mercedes, and they're both ruling the track, by the way, really driving through to hopefully go and also be the top 3 to win in this podium. And now Agnelli right here holding up here in the 1st position here, and now it's going to be the end of that into the 4th lap, by the way. I think we're in the 4th lap any second now. I apologise. I think this bit here is the 4th lap, I think, coming down here in this race. I think round the corners now to Agnelli, really run away with it here. I think we're in the 4th lap. I think we're still in the 3rd lap at the moment. I thought that was going to be the end of that. I think we've got a couple of corners to go left until we have the 4th lap to be continued here in this Formula 1 race. Now, Agnelli now, really nothing's changed by him. He's really driving away from everybody here in this racing track, by the way. And this young man's 2nd season in Formula 1, by the way. He is in a very good position as we speak. George Russell currently in 2nd position, and it'd be good for Mercedes also to win the podium also. And now we're going to go now to wrap up, I think, now in the 3rd lap, now into the 4th lap of the race. And now the Agnelli, Leclerc, Norris, Max Verstappen all now change themselves from the 3rd lap into the 4th lap of the race. Lewis Hamilton also is in the 4th lap now, and all the other drivers also, accompanied by all the others, are ahead of them, especially Lewis Hamilton, currently in 7th position at the moment. A top driver, a top racing driver, not in a very good position at the moment in the top 3, not at all for Lewis Hamilton. It is actually his home country, and he's one of the most best decorated Formula 1 drivers of all time. And now here's Max Verstappen now holding through here in 5th position in the race, trying to turn through. Now here's Lando Norris holding up here on the track, looking through options here now to try and overtake Russell. Russell now holding through here. And now going to be the end of that, I think, any second, any time now. They're going to end the 4th lap if they can turn around here. There's still a lot to go still, this racing track to go. We're still in the 4th lap of the race. And Leclerc now really chasing on, trying to catch up here on Agnelli in 1st position of the race here at the moment in Formula 1. And now they'll turn there on the other parts of the track here. Now looks like Agnelli and Leclerc and George Russell now. And Max Verstappen trying to overtake also. Leclerc looks like here that maybe Russell's now overtaken Leclerc, and also Russell's been overtaken as well. And now we're in the almost the endings of the race, by the way, in the Formula 1 track, by the way. Holding through nicely here. Agnelli here, still in 1st position. No one can catch him up. Nobody can catch him up. And now we're going to end that there now into the 5th lap of the race. The last lap to go of the end of the Formula 1 race, by the way. The last lap to go. And let's find out if Agnelli, George Russell and also Charles Leclerc to be the better men to actually win for the top 3 of the podium. Well, we all know Agnelli will be the champion of the Formula 1 race, the Grand Prix here in Britain, Silverstone. But can he do it here in Britain? The Italian could do it. Nothing's changed since he joined the race. He stayed in 3rd position since, by the way. Nothing's changed for him. Leclerc's in 3rd position, by the way, representing here Ferrari in this race. Now holding nicely here in the corners of the race here. Not long to go, by the way, of the end of the Formula 1. And yeah, all the drivers have been very good. You see that Bierman, Hülkenberg as well in the bottom position. Not looking great for those drivers down the below. Alexandra Albon is in 17th position in the Formula 1 race. And now it looks like here the drivers now turning through the corners here now. Here's Agnelli looking for a chance here to hopefully make history and win here in Silverstone. His 2nd season as a Formula 1 driver. And now he holds on nicely here in the other corner of the track here of the race. And we are now nearly almost over, by the way. And it could be Agnelli to win the Formula 1 Grand Prix, and George Russell representing Mercedes behind him. And also Charles Leclerc as well in the top 3 podium. And any second now, Agnelli is going to win the Formula 1 race, and he does. And George Russell and Charles Leclerc is in the top 3 of the podium as it ends of the race. And now all the other drivers will also join them in their respective places to wrap up the whole Formula One, Formula One's British Grand Prix. Every driver is now past the whole track now to wrap up the whole of the Formula One. And that is that, by the way, of Formula One action here in Silverstone.
And across the line he comes. Andrea Kimi Antonelli wins the British Grand Prix. A monumental moment at Silverstone. The young Italian, in only his second season in Formula One, takes an unforgettable victory for Mercedes in front of a roaring crowd. What a performance. Calm, composed, absolutely flawless. Antonelli controlled this race from start to finish. He's been under pressure all afternoon, but he never cracked. And right behind him, it's George Russell making it a Mercedes 1-2. Silverstone is on its feet. What a result for the Brackley team at their home race. You can see how much this means to Russell. That's his best finish of the season. And Mercedes are back in style. Charles Leclerc brings home. Here is the final classification for the 2025 British Grand Prix. First, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, Mercedes. Second, George Russell, Mercedes, plus 0.425. Third, Charles Leclerc, Ferrari, plus 0.719. Fourth, Lando Norris, McLaren, plus 1.128. Fifth, Max Verstappen, Red Bull, plus 2.406. Sixth, Carlos Sainz, Williams, plus 6.493. Seventh, Lewis Hamilton, Ferrari, plus 6.852. Eighth, Oscar Piastri, McLaren, plus 11.154. Ninth, Yuki Tsunoda, Red Bull, plus 11.736. 10th, Isaac Hadjar, Racing Bulls, plus 12.376. A miss, and the rest of the field following behind. A brilliant drive from Antonelli, Russell right on his heels, and Leclerc completing a very competitive top three. Some big movers today, Sainz from 10th to 6th, and tough days for others like Behrman and Hülkenberg. And that completes a spectacular British Grand Prix here at Silverstone. A breakout victory, a home team 1-2, and a podium filled with future champions. Antonelli takes the win, but the championship fight rolls on. What a race. What a season we're witnessing. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time for round 11 of the 2025 Formula One World Championship. From Silverstone, goodbye.